We begin tonight with the latest on the war in the Middle East. Israel has ordered more than 1 million civilians in northern Gaza to evacuate to the south as troops build up along the border. The war has claimed at least 3,500 lives on both sides since the Hamas attack 1 week ago. 29 Americans are now confirmed dead. Today, the Pentagon ordered a second aircraft carrier to the region. The USS Eisenhower will join another carrier strike group already sailing near Israel.
This is the world you are graduating into. This is what I want to talk about today with you for a few minutes. To lead in shaping a new world order for the 21st century.
In Washington, D.C., at the Human Rights Campaign National Dinner, President Biden denounced hate.
Hate toward one group left unanswered opens the door for more hate toward more groups more often.
Спасибо.
There are concerns about a humanitarian crisis as people in Gaza run out of food and drinking water, and there's no electricity. Secretary of State Antony Blinken is in Israel working to convince Egypt to open its border as the response to Hamas rains down around the innocent.
As every year, the Church celebrates the feast of Corpus Christi, the body of Christ. A solemnity established by Pope Urban IV more than 700 years ago. It all began in the 13th century, when a German priest, tormented by his doubts about the real presence of Christ in the Eucharist, decided to make a pilgrimage to Rome to pray at the tombs of the apostles Peter and Paul. On his return journey, the priest wanted to stop in a small town in central Italy called Bolsena. While celebrating Mass in the church dedicated to St. Catherine, something extraordinary happened. At the moment of the consecration, while raising the host over the chalice, the priest saw that the particle began to bleed.
an hour. It's really important to me, please.
I mean, look at him then. Dr. Peter Toynbee. Ah, well, he looks like a right boring bastard, doesn't he? Does he do magic?
Well, I mean, yes and no, depending on who you are. Now, that is saying sold out. Hang fire. I'm going to see if I can get another ticket.
No, don't.
Come on now, you don't want to miss the beginning, do you?
Well,
straight through those doors.
Oh, anywhere?
You too, good.
Welcome, bold wanderers of the cosmos. Congratulations. You have successfully passed through the first gate. Let's see what awaits us. And Eternus is waiting for you. An Eden where you can be free to live forever in harmony with your fellow traveler.
A load of bollocks.
Quite something. What if I told you that place is a reality, free from tyranny, an eternal Eden where the corrupt forces that control us can never intrude? Would you ask me to show you the way? You are the chosen ones, my loyal followers, my flock. Let's celebrate.
What's he doing?
Et mecum risorgunt novum in mundo. Et mecum risorgunt novum in mundo. Et mecum risorgunt novum in mundo. Look at it. Look at it!
The blood began to fall on the corporal and on the other linen cloths on the altar. Frightened, the priest didn't have the courage to go on, and hastily took the host, the chalice, the corporal, and all the other objects that had been stained by the blood, and ran to the sacristy, placing everything inside the tabernacle. It was only later that the priest decided to tell the pontiff, who was in the nearby city of Orvieto at the time. Pope Urban IV ordered the Bishop of Orvieto to bring him the corporal on which the drops of Christ's blood had fallen. The bishop, obeying the Pope, went to Bolsena, took the corporal, and accompanied by a crowd of people, brought the proof of the miracle to the bridge over the Rivo River, where the Pope was waiting for him, together with cardinals, clerics, religious, and all the people of Orvieto. After these events, on August the 11th, 1264, Pope Urban IV, with the bull Transiturus de hoc mundo, established the feast of Corpus Christi for all of Christendom, setting the day of its celebration on the Thursday of the octave of Pentecost.
Shall we begin? Rejoice. Soon we shall all come together on the day of our glorious deaths. You will know the place as the sun and the moon eclipse, and we cross into Eternus. And awake.
In the bull instituting the feast of Corpus Christi, the Pope also wanted to address Saint Juliana of Mont Cornilon, the mystic who for more than 20 years had visions connected with the birth of this feast. a full moon crossed by a band, obscuring its center. In the interpretation given by the mystic herself, the moon disk represents the militant church. The bandage that partly hides it means that a feast is missing. God wants its creation, the feast of the very august and very sacred sacrament of the altar. This memory is still preserved today in the majestic Duomo of Orvieto, where the corporal of the so-called miracle of Bolsena is exposed on the day of the solemnity of Corpus Christi. The historian Luigi Fiumi defined this cathedral as a miracle of art that arose to guard a miracle of faith.
What was he like?
Oh, it was totally boring. I nodded off.
You nodded off?
Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, I remember there was a slideshow.
Take your glasses off. Isn't it beautiful?
Can I ask you a question?
Of course.
What's wrong with your eye?
Yeah, I think I first noticed it when I came back from that con place.
I think there might be a little puncture wound.
Oh, really?
Do you remember being poked in the eye by a sharp object recently?
No, not that I recall.
Take care. Bye.
Bye!
What the heck? That's weird.
Good morning, good morning.
Ah, you seem extremely chipper, Gus.
Why wouldn't I be? It's a lovely day. Come on, guys, let's split. Hey, you gonna watch the eclipse later?
Yeah.
Mind your eyes.
Let's take a quick look at the United States Army's Military Information Support Operations, or MISO, also known as Psychological Operations, or PSYOP, and their command structure, units, people, training, and missions. PSYOP units are assigned within the 1st Special Forces Command of the U.S. Army Special Operations Command, or USASOC, which is the Army component of the U.S. Special Operations Command, or SOCOM. Although there has been some back and forth between the names PSYOP and MISO, the current understanding is that psychological operations refer to the name of units, while MISO refers to the function that all soldiers in PSYOP units perform. Although psychological operations are plural, the acronym PSYOP is always singular. There are 4 psychological operation groups. The 2nd and the 7th are in the Army Reserves, and the 4th and the 8th are located at Fort Bragg. Enlisted soldiers, both men and women, who want to join PSYOP must have at least 18 months but no more than 10 years of active federal service, a GT score of 107, passed a SEER physical within the past 24 months, have an APFT score of 240 or greater, and must be eligible for a secret security clearance. Officers who want to switch branches into PSYOP generally apply as first lieutenants or as junior captains. Those who meet minimum screening requirements are sent to a 10-day psychological operation assessment and selection. Selected soldiers then attend a 2-week PSYOP orientation course, 6 months of language training, an 8-week PSYOP core training course, 4 weeks of regional analysis and studies, and 4 weeks of interagency training. After passing a culmination training event, graduating soldiers are redesignated with the Military Occupational Specialty, or MOS, of 37 Foxtrot and officers 37 Alpha. All active duty PSYOP soldiers are airborne qualified. PSYOP soldiers conduct a broad range of political, military, economic, and ideological activities by developing, producing, and disseminating truthful information to foreign audiences in support of tactical through strategic national security objectives. Their missions include civil authorities information support, broadcasting, military information support operations, military deception, leaflet dropping.
A C-47 transport plane is loaded with leaflets, which will be dropped over North Korean territory. These drops are being made frequently to counter enemy propaganda. The C-47 transports carry heavy loads of leaflets for long trips into North Korea. For shorter trips, T-6s are used. Safe conduct passes. If the leaflet is found on a North Korean soldier by his own officers, the penalty is death. Over enemy territory, the packets are thrown out, and the wind takes care of sorting and delivery. Enemy captives report that these messages are often memorized to avoid the danger of having the leaflet found on the person.
I just want the lights to go red during the eclipse. Is that so difficult?
No, I understand.
Red. Just red.
Yeah, sorry.
I shan't miss these morons. The sooner we're rid of them, the...
Sorry, Doctor.
Okay.
The eclipse will begin in 8 hours.
It is time. Suffer the little children to come unto me, for theirs the kingdom of Eternus.
Aerial broadcasting, both television and radio.
Because of the obvious threat to untold numbers of citizens, and because of the crisis which is even now developing, this radio station will remain on the air day and night. This station and hundreds of other radio and TV stations throughout this part of the country are pooling their resources through an emergency network hookup to keep you informed of all developments. At this hour, we repeat, these are the facts as we know them. There is an epidemic of mass murder being committed by a virtual army of unidentified assassins. The murders are taking place in villages, cities, rural homes, and suburbs with no apparent pattern or reason for the slayings. It seems to be a sudden, general explosion of mass homicide. We have some descriptions of the assassins. Eyewitnesses say they are ordinary-looking people. Some say they appear to be in a kind of trance.
What are you up to today?
Just having a cup of tea, watching the telly.
Life insurance adverts, mostly.
You want me to pop over? You can watch me together. Richard?
Sorry, have to go.
Hey, Helen. What's up?
Your dad's been acting strange, so I came over to check if he's okay, and he's gone. And he's made this weird model.
I know
know exactly where that is. Let's go. Dark side, don't fail me now.
Can I ask you a question? If all your followers have been implanted with these,
Nanobots?
Nanobots, that's it. I mean, can they really be willing souls as it's laid out on the page?
As long as the souls willingly allow the implant to be made.
Then we can all travel to eternity together.
Others describe them as being So, at this point, there is no really authentic way for us to say who or what to look for and guard yourself against. Misshapen monsters. Reaction of law enforcement officials is one of complete bewilderment at this hour. So far, we have been unable to determine that any kind of organized investigation is yet underway. Police, sheriff's deputies, and emergency ambulances are literally deluged with calls for help. The scene can best be described as mayhem. Mayors of Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, and Miami, along with the governors of several eastern and midwestern states, have indicated the National Guard may be mobilized at any moment, but that has not happened as yet.
My loyal followers, my flock.
We've got to try and stay hidden.
In this thing.
I wouldn't worry. Look at them. They're not paying us any attention.
Like lambs to the slaughter.
The only advice our reporters have been able to get from official sources is for private citizens to stay in their homes behind locked doors. Do not venture outside for any reason until the nature of this crisis has been determined and until we can advise what course of action to take. Keep listening to radio and TV for any special instructions as this crisis develops further. Thousands of office and factory workers are being urged to stay at their places of employment, not to make any attempt to get to their homes. However, in spite of this urging and warning, streets and highways are packed with frantic people trying to raise their families or apparently to flee just anywhere. We repeat, the safest course of action at this time is simply to stay where you are.
It looks like a rave.
We've got to get in and stop Toynbee before the eclipse reaches the zenith of its totality.
Richard. 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 It's me.
Oh, hello. You coming too?
We have to get out of here.
But we're off to Eternus.
We can't go back. There's nowhere to go back to. So our time is up. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. It's just stepping over to the other side. That's all it is. Let's show the world that the only peace left for us is in death. We're going to a better place now. Let's all go together. It's just a little medication. That's all it is. We're just going to sleep. Everybody get a drink now, just like we rehearsed.
Father, no. Look, I'm sorry, but this just don't make no sense. I mean, we all worked hard here. How we just gonna give up like this?
Oh, son, we're not giving up. I have never lied to you, and I tell you now, they will come down here with their guns and bombs and wipe us out. America's on the brink of another war. We don't deserve to die like that. We deserve peace. You'd all agree with that. That's why you came down here.
You would have liked that, Father.
We have to go. So let's go together. Our time's up.
You're in danger, so let's go.
What are you doing? Oh, piss off.
children, it is time for us to be free of this world, for us to ascend together.
Come on in, bring them in. That's right, that's right. Keep your dignity, son. We're all here with you. That's right. Quickly. Mothers, help your children. Tell them everything's all right. Go ahead and drink if you've got a drink. Drink it up. I tried to create a heaven here. You know I tried. But now the time has come to step over to the other side with our brothers and sisters, where the real heaven waits. That's right. Come over here. Take one, yes. Take one. We all must take our drink now.
Have you ever asked God for forgiveness? I'm not sure I have. I just go and try and do a better job from there. I don't think so. I think if I do something wrong, I think I just try and make it right. I don't bring God into that picture. I don't. Now, when I take, when we go in church and when I drink my little wine, which is about the only wine I drink, and have my little cracker, I guess that's a form of asking for forgiveness. And I do that as often as possible because I feel cleansed, okay?
Just received word that the president has called a meeting of his cabinet to deal with the sudden epidemic of murder which has seized the eastern third of this nation. The meeting is scheduled to convene within the hour. Members of the presidential cabinet will be joined by officials of the FBI and joint chiefs behind closed doors. The White House spokesman, in announcing this conference, says there will be an official announcement as soon as possible following that meeting. This is the latest dispatch just received in our newsroom. Latest word also from National Press Services in Washington, D.C. now tells us that the emergency presidential conference, which we've just mentioned, will include high-ranking scientists from the National Aeronautics and Space Administration. That's the extent of this latest bulletin, meeting members of his cabinet.
To Atlantis! The eclipse is in totality! It is time!
Thank you, Dr. Connolly.
Almost there.
We did it! Get the fuck in! Come on!
You've ruined everything. My life's work. It was going to be so beautiful on Atlantis.
bloody hell am I doing? What?
Oh my God! Where's Gus? Gus!
Okay.
Yeah, what a trip was that?
This video, obtained by ABC News, appears to show the fury of the Turkish attack on the border town of Tel Aviv.
A border town bombarded by Turkey's military. This video right here appearing to show Turkey's military bombing Kurd civilians in a Syrian border town. The Kurds, who fought alongside the U.S. against ISIS. Now, horrific reports of atrocities committed by Turkish-backed fighters on those very allies.
Hundreds of migrants continue to be dropped off daily in the San Diego area, all in an effort to alleviate overcrowded processing facilities. CBS 8's Ariana Cohen is live for us in San Ysidro, where resources are running low. Ariana?
That's right, and it's unclear why there's a sudden surge of migrants here for the past month, but volunteers tell me that U.S. Customs and Border Protection has not been transparent.
Volunteers tell me hundreds of migrants have been dropped off by the busloads here at the Iris Transit Center in San Ysidro every day for the past month.
We are so excited to be here.
We need help. We need donations, water, clothing, food, shelter, and we're at capacity in San Diego. And these people deserve a second chance of life. We need help, San Diego.
They give us food free, sleep free, everything. We are so, God bless America, God bless you, God bless your family.
Since September 13th, Border Patrol has dropped off more than 13,000 migrants in San Diego, and the influx doesn't seem to be slowing down.
And what nonprofit volunteers say they need most is volunteers to help provide shelter and transportation. Kirsten?
All right, Ariana, what can viewers do to help out in this situation at our border?
Well, Kirsten, what they can do is they can go to the Haitian Bridge Alliance website, or they can just show up here in person to volunteer. Kirsten?
All right, thank you for that, Ariana. I've been out to the border several times. There are a lot of people who show up to lend a helping hand. Thank you for that live report.
Wish I knew what you were.
6 hours, 42 minutes, 12 seconds. That is when the world will end.
But I want to be a president of the United States to make sure that we never again do business. We never again. I went down there and talked to the president of Panama about cleaning up their money laundering.
12 seconds. That is when the world will end.
Basic principles of time travel are there. You got your vessel and your portal. The vessel can be just about anything, most likely a spacecraft.
Like a DeLorean.
Aircraft.
You know, I love that movie, the way they shot it. It's so,
6
like futuristic.
Yeah? 42 minutes, 12 seconds. That is when the world will end.
But I want to be a president of the United States to make sure that we never again do business. We never again I went down there and talked to the president of Panama about cleaning up their money laundering.
It leads you here, despite your destination, under the Milky Way tonight.
6 hours,
Wish I knew what you were looking for.
12 seconds.
Might have known what you were finding. Wish I knew what.
You know, I love that movie, the way they shot it. It's so, like futuristic.
From the
ashes, we rise up. We had Ash Wednesday. We want to rise up with Jesus at Easter. And I believe that there'll be some rising from this dying. And I believe that there'll be some rising from this dying.
In your sorrows and trade them for joy. From the ashes a new life is born. From the ashes a new life is born. By your spirit I will rise from the ashes of defeat. Rise from the ashes.
One thing we can all agree on is the need to support the great work that comes out of the dinner. Millions of dollars have been raised to support disadvantaged children, and I applaud the many people who have worked to make this wonderful event a critical lifeline for children in need. And that we together broke the all-time record tonight is really something special. More than 6 million net. The Cardinal told me that's net, Donald, remember. We can also agree on the need to stand up to anti-Catholic bias.
Something else. That is the major feature behind the Pope that features inside the audience hall, namely this. Have you seen this before? I'd never seen it before myself and felt like I had entered the realm of the Mandela effect once again, on overload this time, since this is the most ominous thing I've ever seen in a while. This artwork was placed within the hall in 1977, as history states, and depicts, according to the Vatican, the resurrection of Christ emerging from a nuclear apocalypse. Now think to yourself for a moment. The audience hall is a reinforced concrete bunker, and the depiction of Christ shares the same connections with Christ himself rising from an atomic apocalypse. Not only that, but many people have said this is the most un-Christian thing they have ever seen in a long time, even a number of Catholics I've talked to. For it looks like Christ's head is in fact missing, at least half of it. A number of Catholics don't even remember even seeing this before or looking at it, but it's been in the hall since, at least according to history, since 1977. The structure seems to have entered at least the internet's consciousness around 2012. I could find a couple of examples before that, but most seem to be post-2012, and there doesn't seem to be any pictures of it from the front. All seem to be taken from the side. Anyway, I just thought I'd share that because I found it really disturbing.
Do you not think an angel rides in the whirlwind and directs this storm? This work continues story goes on. And an angel still rides in the whirlwind and directs this storm. God bless you all. And God bless America.
Shame on you. Shame on you. Get ready to read all these words on this page without making a mistake. Look at the letter at the end and remember the sound it makes. Get ready. Kite. Yes, kite. Get ready to read this word the fast way. Get ready. King. Yes, king. Sound it out. Get ready. King. Sound it out. Get ready. King. What word? King. Yes, king. Boys and girls, sound this word out. Get ready. What word? Steal. Yes, steal. Read these words the fast way. Get ready. Play. Yes, play. Get ready. Must. Yes, must. Let's read these words the fast way without making a mistake. Get ready. Kite. Yes, kite. Get ready. Kick. Yes, kick. Get ready. Steal. Yes, steal. Get ready. Play. Yes, play. Get ready. Must. Yes, must. Open your book up to lesson 60 on page 150.
Basic principles of time travel in there? That's one. Portal. That's what could be just about anything like a spacecraft.
Like a DeLorean.
No crafts.
You know, I love that movie, the way they shot it. It's so, like futuristic, you know?
6 hours, 42 minutes, 12 seconds. That is when the world will end. And it's something quite peculiar. 28 days, 6 hours, 42 minutes, 12 seconds.
Okay. So let's dedicate this to General Kelly, the Border Patrol, and the ICE agents for doing such an incredible job. All right? This was written by Al Wilson a long time ago. And I thought of it having to do with our borders and people coming in. And we know what we're going to have. We're going to have problems. We have to very, very carefully vet. We have to be smart. We have to be vigilant. So here it is, the snake. It's called the snake. On her way to work one morning, down the path along the lake, a tender-hearted woman saw a poor, half-frozen snake. His pretty-colored skin had been all frosted with the dew. "Poor thing," she cried, "I'll take you in, and I'll take care of you." The border. "Take me in, O tender woman. Take me in, for heaven's sake. Take me in, O tender woman," sighed the vicious snake. She wrapped him up all cozy in a comforter of silk and laid him by her fireside with some honey and some milk. She hurried home from work that night, and as soon as she arrived, she found that pretty snake she'd taken in had been revived. "Take me in, O tender woman. Take me in, for heaven's sake. Take me in, O tender woman," sighed that vicious snake. She clutched him to her bosom. "You're so beautiful," she cried. "But if I hadn't brought you in by now, oh heavens, you would have died." She stroked his pretty skin again and kissed him and held him tight. But instead of saying thank you, that snake gave her a vicious bite. "Take me in, O tender woman. Take me in, for heaven's sake. Take me in, O tender woman," sighed the vicious snake. "I have saved you," cried the woman, "and you've bitten me, heavens, why? You know your bite is poisonous, and now I'm going to die." "Oh, shut up, silly woman," said the reptile with a grin. "You knew damn well I was a snake before you took me in."
Calculations are correct. When this baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're gonna see some serious...
San Antonio's Jessica Headley.
And I'm Ryan Wolf.
Our greatest responsibility is to serve our
Treasure Valley communities,
the El Paso, Las Cruces communities, Eastern Iowa communities,
Mid-Michigan communities.
We are extremely proud of the quality, balanced journalism that CBS 4 News produces.
But
we are concerned about trouble and irresponsible, one-sided news stories plaguing our country. Plaguing our country.
Does that explain it, folks? Does that explain it? What a bright line in the sand. And we will protect you, that I can tell you, and we will say enough is enough.
Trust in me.
never see it coming. You think I'm joking?
And fire came down from God out of heaven and devoured them. And the devil that deceived them was cast into the lake of fire and brimstone, where the beast and the false prophet are, and shall be tormented day and night forever and ever.
What are you doing with the rest of your life?
Catching up on some me time, find God.
My soul loves Jesus. My soul loves Jesus. My soul loves Jesus. Bless his name. My soul, it loves Jesus. Oh, yes it does. Oh, yes it does. Oh, yeah, my soul. My soul. Over in the midnight hour, my soul. He speaks to my soul. Tells me everything is gonna be alright. Jesus set me free. I hope he set you free. Like he did.